Hey everyone, what's up? Danny or Hector for Barbecue here, and I'll be reviewing my 56 favorite horror films of all time. Now, there could be horror films I watch from now until the end of these reviews that I've never seen, that I may end up liking, resulting in them possibly getting put on this list. But as far as it stands now, it's going to be 56. Also, you see a few thrillers and black comedies thrown in there, and instead of going last to first, like a typical countdown, I'll be going first to last because the film I'm about to review I feel should be my first review for my channel, and that film is my all-time favorite one in cinema history, Night of the Demons. And I actually used to see the VHS box to this as a kid in a video store I went to, and it would scare the ever-living shit out of me. And now, all these years later, it's my all-time favorite film. Anyway, this DVD is released by Anchor Bay. Special features include My Demon Nights, which is a 14-minute interview with my all-time favorite Scream Queen, the lovely Linnea Quigley. You also have audio commentary with director Kevin S. Tenney, executive producer Walter Jostin, and producer Jeff Joffrey. Theatrical trailer, video trailer, TV spots, and a promo reel. As I said, this is directed by Kevin S. Tenney. He's directed other horror films such as Witchboard, Witchboard 2, The Devil's Doorway, Witch Trap, The Cellar, Pinocchio's Revenge, Braindead, and he even served as a producer to the piece of shit remake to this film. Before I go on, I just want to say that that remake and the two original sequels to this film flat out fucking suck. There's only one good scene from both sequels. Anyway, moving on, this is produced and written by Joe Augustin. Makeup effects are done by Steve Johnson, who's done makeup effects for a number of other horror films like A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Night of the Demons 2, The Fog, Humanoids from the Deep, An American Werewolf in London, Predator, Howling 4, The Original Nightmare, Howling 6, The Freaks, Leviathan, Pet Sematary 2, Innocent Blood, Return of the Living Dead 3, Necronomicon, Book of the Dead, Brain Scam, Lord of Illusions, Species, Species 2, Bad Moon, and The Dentist. The score is done by Dennis Michael Tanay, who is the brother to the director. He's also produced, acted, and did the score for his brother's other film, Braindead. Anyway, this stars Amelia Kincaid as Angela, the film's main antagonist. Her partner in crime, Linnea Quigley, is Suzanne, who has been in lots of great horror films like Silent Night, Deadly Night, Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings, The Return of the Living Dead, Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, Nightmare Sisters, Zombiegeddon, Creepazoids, Graduation Day, Don't Go Near the Park, Jacko, and the Night of the Demons remake. Then you have Kathy Podwell as Judy, the film's main protagonist, Alvin Alexis as Roger, Billy Gallo as Sal, Hal Havins as Stooge, and the only two films I know that he's been in are Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama and Witch Trap. Also, you have Alison Barron as Helen, Jill Tereshita as Franny, Philip Tanzini as Max, Lance Fenton as Jay, Harold Ayer as the Old Man, and Marie Den as the Old Man's wife. And an interesting piece of trivia, a guy by the name of James W. Quinn, who plays a store clerk in one scene, actually does the demonic voice of Angela. Anyway, though, Suzanne, Angela, Stooge, and Sal are definitely my favorite characters of the film. So, what this film is about, you have 10 high school or college students. It's not said which, but they're on their way to a Halloween party thrown by Angela, the weird Gothic girl in their history class, and she's throwing the party at Hull House, which is an abandoned funeral parlor where years before the owner slaughtered his family and then killed himself, and supposedly the crime was never solved because there was too much blood and guts everywhere. And another thing about the house is that it's built on an evil patch of land. Anyway, so when our characters arrive, they're dancing, having a good time, but the batteries on their boombox die, so Angela says forget it, there's plenty of time for dancing later, now it's time for party games. So then Franny, Max's girlfriend, goes, how about a past life seance? So then Stooge finds this life-size mirror, and the 9 of them, with the exception of Roger, sit in front of it, and Angela tells them stare and concentrate at her reflection until the mirror fogs up all black. So it starts to work, and Max is like, holy shit, and then Angela says, you idiot, it was just starting to work. So then they're all arguing amongst themselves except for Helen, who's still staring into the mirror, and she sees this demonic dragon-like face, and after that she sees an image of herself being slammed face first against the mirror. She then screams, the mirror tips over, shatters, and then she's hysterical, so Judy is trying to comfort her. She asks her what happened, what's the matter, and Helen screams out that she saw a face. And suddenly they all start to hear these noises, and Judy says she thinks it's coming from the basement, so then we see this demon from a first-person view escape from an oven in the basement and first possesses Suzanne, and then after that Angela gets the feeling that something isn't right with the house from the noise they heard, the stench they smelled, and this chill they felt, and she tries explaining to everyone that the house is possessed, but none of them believe her except Judy somewhat, and Roger and Helen do. So they try to leave, but they can't because the gate they came in has just vanished. Anyway, though, Suzanne then possesses Angela by making out with her, and then Angela possesses Stooge by making out with him, only he isn't as lucky as Angela when she got possessed. You'll see what I mean when you watch the film. Anyway, so there's 3 demons, and the rest of the characters that get killed off turn into zombies. Now, here's where I get into spoilers. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite scenes. First is a fairly bloody one. It's when Suzanne and Jay are having sex, and then Suzanne starts to act really weird and says, "What are you looking at? Stop staring at me. Is my makeup okay?" And Jay is like, "What? Your makeup is fine. What are you worried about?" And then Suzanne goes into demon mode and crushes his eyes inside the sockets, and then you hear this gushing sound. It's my favorite kill in the whole movie. Second is where Judy and Sal go into some dark room where Sal spots a window and hopes it will lead to their escape, but then the lights turn on and we see Suzanne sitting on the floor of Jay in her lap, and now you see the aftermath of Jay's kill, and it looks fucking awesome, and Suzanne's thumbs are covered in blood, and then she says to Judy and Sal, "Hey, how about an orgy? I'm sure if we tried we can get Jay hard again." My favorite line of the movie, besides "eat a bowl of fuck, I am here to party," of course. Third would have to be the escape scene where the only 2 survivors, Judy and Roger, have to climb over the wall outside the house using barbed wire that's strung up on it. And fourth, at the end, with the old man, he eats this razor blade pie, and you see 2 of them slit down his throat side by side. And last, I have to mention the scene where Suzanne slides a tube of lipstick through her nipple into her boob. That scene is without a doubt one of the 2 oddest what the fuck moments I've ever seen in any film. Anyway, that's it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will leave the link to Night of the Demons in the description box below, so if you haven't seen this film, check it out. I highly recommend it. Or for those of you who have seen it before and want to see it again, click the link below. So thanks for watching. Take care. Later.